Hey Wolverines and Huskers fans, plus all you college football diehards. Welcome back to Area 72, where we unpack the biggest Big Ten battles with raw breakdowns and no-holds-barred takes. Today, we're reliving the thriller from Week 4, the number 20 Michigan Wolverines storming into Memorial Stadium to tangle with the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers. If this game's got your blood pumping, that insane Hail Mary, Underwood scrambles, Raiola's magic, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit notifications. We crank out these recaps fast to keep you ahead of the curve. Let's dissect the drama quarter by quarter, spotlight the stars, and drop a final verdict that'll spark debates. Who's still buzzing from that halftime heist? Comment below, Michigan's revenge or Nebraska's breakthrough? Let's roll first. The setup? This was no ordinary clash. It's September 20th, 2025, and Michigan's rolling with interim coach Biff Poggi while Sharon Moore sits out a suspension. The Wolverines are 1-2, desperate for their first Big Ten W, facing a 3-0 Nebraska squad that's been lights out at home. Kickoff at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Lincoln, where the sea of red was deafening. Michigan's freshman phenom QB Bryce Underwood entered with 628 passing yards, 2 TDs, 1 pick, and 108 rushing yards with 2 scores. Kid's a walking highlight reel. Nebraska? Their 5-star sophomore Dylan Raiola was surgical, 76.6% completion, 829 yards, 8 TDs, 0 picks. Injuries hit both sides hard, multiple starters sidelined, but the stakes? Huge. Michigan wants redemption after a shaky start. Nebraska's eyeing a statement to crash the rankings. Trap game or total takeover? Early vibes screamed defensive slugfest, but oh boy, did the fireworks fly. Pause and think. If you're new here, subscribe now. We're your Big Ten blueprint all season. Diving into the first quarter, Michigan came out swinging like the champions they are. The Wolverines D stuffed Nebraska on 4th and 2 at the 6-yard line, huge goal line stand, taking over at their own 5. Michigan marched but missed 2 red zone shots, settling for a 46-yard field goal from their kicker to grab a 3-0 lead. Nebraska pushed back, driving deep, but their 44-yard FG try sailed wide, missed opportunity. Then, boom, Michigan's secondary picks off Raiola on a tipped pass, and Underwood channels his inner Lamar Jackson, busting a 37-yard QB keeper for a touchdown. Just like that, 10-0 Wolverines. Nebraska couldn't muster much, and the quarter ended with Michigan owning the line of scrimmage. Underwood was electric early, and that D? For sacks already brewing. Fans, that interception was the momentum killer Nebraska didn't see coming. What would you have called on that 4th down? Drop it in the comments. Your input shapes our next vid. Second quarter? Pure chaos, folks, a tale of fumbles, bombs, and a buzzer beater for the ages. Nebraska finally cracks the code after Underwood coughs up a fumble on a strip sack. The Huskers capitalize quick with a 39-yard field goal, trimming it to 10-3. Michigan answers with a drive but stalls, punting it away. Enter Raiola time. He lasers a 26-yard touchdown strike to Ja'Cory Barney Jr., knotting it at 10-10 with just over 2 minutes left. Michigan regroups, but with 1 second on the clock, yes, 1 second, Raiola unleashes a 52-yard Hail Mary rainbow right to Barney Jr. in the end zone. Touchdown. Game tied at 17-17 at halftime. Insane, right? Michigan dominated the ground game, 154 rushing yards to Nebraska's 43, but the Huskers owned the air with 210 passing yards to Michigan's measly 41. Time of possession? Nebraska held the ball for nearly 20 minutes. Third downs were brutal for Michigan, 0 for 4, while Nebraska converted 2 of 7. Underwood had his TD scamper but that fumble stung. Raiola? Clutch God with 2 TD tosses, no picks. Barney Jr. was the hero, snagging both scores. That Hail Mary? It's viral gold, pure Nebraska magic shifting the vibes. If that doesn't hook you, what will? Like if you're Team Underwood, comment if you're riding with Raiola. Halftime stats painted a split canvas. Total yards, Nebraska 253 to Michigan's 195, but the Wolverines' rush attack was a beast. Sacks favored Michigan 4-1, showing their front four's ferocity. No major in-game injuries popped up, though both squads were banged up pre-kick. Analysis here? Michigan's D kept them alive early, but those third down woes and the fumble opened the door. Nebraska's passing precision, led by Raiola's arm talent, turned the tide. It felt like Michigan was gassing from the possession battle. Could they flip the script post-break? Second half kicked off with fireworks. Justice Haynes rips off a 75-yard touchdown run on the opening drive, putting Michigan back on top 24-17. From there, the Wolverines' defense clamped down, forcing punts and turnovers. Underwood settled in, mixing checkdowns with designed runs, while Raiola faced constant pressure. Another pick sealed Nebraska's fate late. Michigan pulled away in the fourth, controlling the clock with that punishing ground game. Final score, Michigan 31, Nebraska 17. The Wolverines improved to 2-2, salvaging their Big Ten debut. Huskers dropped to 3-1, but Raiola's heroics keep the faith alive. Wrapping this epic, Underwood finished with 180 total yards and 2 scores, Haynes exploded for 120 rushing yards and a TD, and Michigan's D notched 5 sacks total. Raiola? 250 yards, 2 TDs, but 2 picks and that early INT. Turning point? Beyond the Hail Mary, Haynes' bomb set the tone for the comeback. Bold take, this win catapults Michigan back into top 20 contention. Nebraska's still legit, but road to recovery starts now. What a ride, Big Ten at its grittiest. There it is, your full Michigan-Nebraska breakdown. If this recap had you yelling at your screen, like, subscribe, and bell up. We're hitting Ohio State next. Comment your MVP and score prediction for that one. Share with a fellow fan, and thanks for tuning into Area 72. Catch the gridiron glow. Peace.